Yeah, so here we are. It's Atlantic Scrum at the new time. It's Sam and Raoul. Updates from my side pretty much include, I guess, yeah, this morning tried to take a kind of a general pass through the MOOC, fix up some little things. I guess the key outstanding thing is just kind of really trying to work out where we are with the whole the new homework release. Yeah, I pushed off the LocalSupport client meeting to next week because I kind of had a bit of a short week, but that's about the size of it from my side. How about from you, Raoul?
I just watched the recording for the Scrum this morning, and yeah, nothing much on AgileVentures side from me.
No worries. Yeah, one thing we did have, as you saw the Scrum. Yeah, Sam Pretty's got the Agile bot posting links to the videos, which is quite nice. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's that. Now,
the one thing
go on.
The one thing that I noticed about that is that it's sort of like when they don't start the recording, it posts just a YouTube link, not the video link. It's just a link to YouTube. If the recording doesn't start. So I don't know if that's gonna be an issue or not.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, I think it's the general issue we have. I wonder if we can get it so that it only posts the link. Why am I not seeing issues here?
When the recording stops.
Agile bot. Yeah. I put it on Sam Pretty's. Okay, and he's got an issue on there. I'll just pop that in. Can we only post the video once the recording starts? I'll just put that in. That's a way of communicating with Sam Pretty. Okay, yeah, good point. Okay.
Because if you look, for instance, on general, your last post doesn't have the link to the recording. Yeah.
Oh, like for the Atlantic Scrum?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's if. Oh, that's interesting. I'll just put what happened here for Atlantic Scrum when a recording was delayed. Okay, interesting. Catch. Interesting that it posted the video first there. I mean, see, I've now got the video link for this. Let's see, what I think is I should be able to edit that. And if okay, video for is okay. Anyway, but so what I'm thinking that we might do, if you've got time, is just, well, the key. Let me share a screen. The key thing, in some ways, too many things going on here. Let's move this one out of the way. I mean, in the ideal world, what I'd love to have is a nice intro video showing pairing on C9 for this thing, which maybe we could still do, but I think that the I think that the critical thing is the kind of integrity overall of this homework. So it's kind of, I've been through parts of it. I've never been through absolutely all of it.
Yeah.
And I think one of the key thing in the kind of the first instance would just be to sort of start going through it and making sure that all of the phrases make sense in the context of the MOOC, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But so, how much of this have you looked through, if any?
I briefly went through the README today.
Okay. Cool. The other thing I've got in my mind is I've got this other little experiment in C9, but well, shall we? And since we're recording this, we can sort of, shall we start off by chatting through this and doing maybe a little bit of a dry run, and if we're comfortable, then we could record that afterwards. What do you think? Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the context. You know, students will, you know, I'm going to send them an email tomorrow to say it's going to be released. Homework 1, Sinatra. They will come here. They will see Sinatra hang person. It says fork the GitHub repo for this assignment. So which I've probably already done. Yeah, take me to the fork. So we've forked it. Sections. I guess what I should be doing is getting. Right, and it's basically it's C9. I mean, I guess we're sort of what we haven't got in here is, I mean, we've recommended them to use C9, but I guess they're on their own in terms of working out what part of C9 they should use or something.
They should use, yeah.
I mean,
so you think we should add like to clone that or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Necessary? I mean, it needs to be generic because. You know, some people might be doing it on C9, other people might not be. But I guess, I mean, this is the other thing I've been confused about, is that there's all of these instructions about getting set up for C9 that I'm not sure why any of them are even needed. Because I just use C9 and use their custom workspace and it all just works. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, not everyone will get it right the first time.
Well, naturally. I mean, just we've got this. For me, like I guess it's this thing. I've never used this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been sure why I would even want to use it, and. I mean, we've got various tickets that are related.
So you just went ahead with the default Rails.
Sorry, say again. Yeah, I mean,
you just went ahead with the default Rails.
Yeah, because when if for me, you know, if I create a new workspace, and so this is like, I'm going to call this hang person test. So I just go ahead. I mean, I think I might have used the Rails one before in some context, but you know, if I just have a custom workspace, and that's everything there. Oh, I guess we've got an option to clone from Git or Mercurial. Which, yeah, well, I mean, I guess what is there not a way within here to like sync that? I'm worried that this is, well, I guess I can do that. That's on, what's the latest commit on that one? The latest commit on that one is E7.1. And the latest commit on this one, yeah, he's got 2 more commits there. So I want to pull that. I would just like to make my my fork of this up to date. Can I?
I also need to know how to do it directly from GitHub. I've been.
It may not be.
Every time I need to do this, I will have to go and do from the terminal and push it back up.
That's the way yeah, I mean, it may just not be possible to do that from here. What's this? Quickly jump between files, settings. I mean, I must ask a question on here, which is GitHub sync fork via web interface. Updating a fork directly from GitHub. Ooh.
Okay.
Click on pull. Sounds complicated. I guess it looks like you can kind of do a reverse pull request from the thing. That just seems like complicated.
So you create a pull request and send me anything to confirm, switch the base. Yeah, I think much easier from
well, I think, I mean, and in principle, oh, can I not? No, do I have to? So
you can clone this to and just update it in C9 and push it back
yeah,
to
exactly.
our repository.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That feels like that would be simpler than that description of that update.
Okay, so first thing is install or Ruby 2.2.2.
Indeed. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. But so what versions of Ruby are installed? I got 2.2.1. Okay.
2.1.
Right.
But in any case, I think the students were recommended to use the same workspace for all the homeworks, so they don't have to reset up all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I was... This is the thing, is like just going into... That's what I guess what I end up being. Let me just look at it and see. Like this... Like, what is this actually? This is what has been unclear for me. Is like, what is this actually setting up on the...
It's a script to install
certain things, but that's what I wonder, is like what things, like...
I think it installs some...
Here we go. But see, this is what I don't think this is needed, because I think Heroku toolbelt is already in there. I think I mean, there's some other little bits and pieces, but they've got kind of like...
But those gems, don't they come in the gem file? Don't they come already
well, that's what I mean, is that somebody doing the thing, they can just run bundle and install it. This just seems like an you know, like like Heroku. I think this is, well, anyway, maybe slightly out of date. Anyway, but that's okay. Going back to this. Oops, what's going on there? Like, I think that anyway. Okay, I didn't want that to happen. Let me...
It was already installed, probably updating.
Maybe even just like running Heroku installs. Anyway, I'm just going to go over here. What I wanted to do was just go in Git status and see what... Yeah, I'm in there. Time person test here. Okay. I was just going to go git remote upstream and sync up through this mechanism. So it's this one. Git remote add upstream there. Git pull upstream master. Okay, and then git push origin master. Okay, so that should hopefully put my fork into the right place. 15 commits. Okay, so we're working off the same instructions that the students will on. Yeah, and you were saying there. It's interesting. Heroku version. Okay. Anyway, I mean, do I want to? So have we got the? Is the gem file locked to with Ruby 2.2.2? And of course, 2.2.3 is the latest one now. Did we have a gem file that they were locked to for? Did you do much or any of the homework 0?
No, I didn't do homework 0.
No, not to worry.
But I recalled it being on 2. I think most of the homework I've seen so far on 2.2.2.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we had a gem file in here, but we don't.
This one doesn't?
No, not at the moment. But anyhow, I mean, I guess I can do that. I'm just worried.
I think that's one thing the script does as well, is installing that version of Ruby.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does. Yeah. Well, it's certainly not unreasonable. Interesting. It has them remove all the other versions. That's rather draconian. Okay. So, we've got the README in here. So, no, that was fast.
Cool.
Okay. So we've got this, right, the README appears in here. Introduce the part of the basis of takes. Okay. We've provided our aspect unit tests to let you use TDD to develop game logic for the popular world guessing game Hangman. In the full Agile Expo, we'll develop these tests yourself as you code. Oh, and I can give you access to this space, right? What's the, how do I add you? It says collaborate, workspace members.
Let me find my...
Collaborate is on, share. Aha. Yeah, what's your, what username are you?
It's AULO.
AULO?
No, you were right at the beginning. It's
okay.
DIRAU.
At live.com?
No, I think I'm using my Gmail account there. I signed up with my GitHub. Yeah.
Okay, so you should have access to the workspace as well.
Okay. Just... having a bit of a slow bandwidth today.
No worries. So I'm just reading on this.
Shared with
and they have Cucumber in as well. Good grief. Okay. Okay. So prerequisites. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, so the thing that I worked through previously on this is creating a simple hello world thing. So creating and versioning a simple, but I did that on C9 or did that somewhere else? There's probably a lot of time on the train when I don't have good internet access, and then I can't do the C9 thing. Creating and versioning a simple SaaS app. A lot of text here, talking about describing what bundler is. Okay. So the interesting thing here is that this is describing creating your own gem file and then running bundler. So that sort of seems to, that's interesting. I mean, it's with 2.2.0 in there.
I think that should be changed to 2.2.
I think it probably should. And I think it also means that it seems like we probably shouldn't clone the thing. I should just go to a different workspace, because now I've got this root is, you know, set up from Git, and I would be ended up creating like a nested Git thing in there. So yeah, okay. So I think I want to get back out to, let's go over here. Let's do a different C9. Okay. So I think, can I put even indirectly through here? That's not the thing I want to look at. From this one. So there's a lot of text there. I think it's probably not going to be read. So if we're telling them that should be 2.2.2. Okay. So I'm just going to put that in as a. Have we got other control F 2.2? No, it's just that one. Okay. So we've got updates, Ruby version to 2.2.2, commit changes, and then I should be able to just go back here and put in a pull request on the main one. SaaS book, yeah. Create pull request. Should be merged before release. Okay. So let's create a new workspace here. And so this is now hang person test 2. And we'll just go for custom again, create workspace. And so that one is kind of irrelevant. We will move away from it. Okay. Yeah, they do that internally. Okay. And so let's go back now to my fork of this. Back to the README. Okay. So, I mean, and even you could drive if you want. Oh, I need to give you access to this one. It's gmail@gmail.com. Invite. Okay. Can you want to check that you can get access to this space? If things end up being really slow.
I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, please do. Yeah. Cool.
There we go.
Okay.
Person test 2.
Yes. Cool. I'm just going to get the instructions up on a slightly different screen. Put that over here. Okay. So we're in this creating and versioning a simple SaaS app. SaaS has developed and been deployed to production on a server that others can access. We try to minimize the differences between the development and production environments to avoid difficult diagnosed problems in which something works one way on your development computer, a different way on install when the code is deployed to production. 2 mechanisms to keeping the development and production environments consistent. The first is version control, libraries, then we have bundler. Right. So we've got steps here. Is that still, are you actually in the, I'm
already in the, still loading.
It's still loading. I mean, if it's going to be quite slow for you, maybe I will drive until it's loaded. I'm just going to ping you. The place that I'm looking at in the text is just precisely here. So this is like after it's sort of chatted about various things. The first thing we're doing is it's saying create a gem file. So that's weird. Okay, attach me briefly. Okay, so I'll start making the gem file, and I guess I'm doing it as a touch gem file. Yeah, you let me know once you're zipping around in there. Gems.org. We've got Ruby 202 gem Sinatra. Greater than or equal to 1.4. Okay. I've done that. First line, it tells us what to do. Second line specifies the version of Ruby. Okay. Run bundler. Run the command bundle, which I do. You're okay. And then I guess I'll have to install 2.2.2. Okay. In the background. All right.
Just quickly going to answer a phone call.
Go ahead.
Back in a minute.
No problem. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Right, version of 2.2. So the next thing that we're going to move on to is creating a Sinatra app. We need to run bundled first. Right. Okay, so I'm going to run bundle here. Command not found. Interesting. Okay. Can I do gem install bundle? There. Recognize this. Interesting. Okay, so that makes it look like we might need to say to the README, okay. Okay, run bundle. Run the command bundle. I'll put in here. And install.
Back here. Okay.
Yeah. Install bundle. I do remember. So I'm just do the bundle there. Yeah. Okay. Install bundle if not already installed. Mention possibility of needing to install. I was just thinking, oh, this is one of the places where I'm failing to I'm missing out from having not done that. But I noticed that bundle doesn't exist in here. I just tried to run bundle on here, and it didn't work because
I think to install bundle.
I just did gem install bundle. So I've just added a thing to the I think that automatically show up in my pull request. I hope. Anyway, we'll see. That's the kind of thing. This is an interesting question about those kind of things. Like, is there an expectation on the part of the person reading the tutorial or the assignment that all of these things will have been taken care of for them? And if there's any misses, then that's like, right, I'm walking off in a half. Or are these exactly the kinds of things that one needs to learn about how to deal with oneself? Anyway, enough philosophical thingamajiggies. How's your access to the app? Can you get in there and start? Do you want to create the next section is to create the app.rb file? Do you have access and you can do that in here?
Okay, let me do that. So touch.
Oh, that's cool. And it looks like you're in exactly the same bash terminal as me, which is
exactly.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, yeah. So do you want to? Yeah, let's. Do you know what needs to go into the app.rb file? If you just want to open up app.rb. Is it faster if I do it?
That's done.
App.rb. Yeah, so we want to.
Okay, so you have to
start off by doing require. Did I have to open it for you? Were you not able to open it?
I'm just gonna pull it down on a different screen. Okay, cool. So we need to require Sinatra.
And of course, part of this is if you can do it from memory, that's part of the trick. But anyway, yes. So class my app. We're extending in this case the Sinatra base.
And we want to get the root path. Let's show a hello world, right? So
and I would say, well, I guess yeah, it's I think Sinatra in most modern browsers, you can just do the hello world with H1 and it will fill in the other things. But I think since we're following the instructions for the, I mean, no, I didn't mean you to stop doing what you were doing. I think because this is what the tutorial or the thing tells us to do, we should do what it tells us.
but will obviously edit it, right?
But I was just sort of reflecting on it's more than is required to get this to work at this stage. But
okay. So HTML does that, and inside we need a head tag and body. And
yeah, hello world inside H1 tags.
Cool.
All right.
That's
so
done.
You can save that. So let's. I'll make the next file. So we need to have a config.ru file. So I'll just do that and pop some stuff in there. So we need require ./app, and we need to run my app like that. So the first line tells rack that our app lives in whatever. Yeah, that is what it is. And then in principle now here with rack up. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so what I was doing some stuff yesterday, and I was doing, oops, yeah. What I was doing is I was doing this. I was doing Ruby app. Oops, the wrong thing. App. I was doing this. Oh, that was working yesterday. I looked at file. Oh, it's bundle exec Ruby app RB. Oh, I think it's okay. RBM minus is use minus default 2.2.2. Okay. Yes. So this is the interesting thing is if you run it directly like this, then it ends up not giving you that thing telling you that you need to do the ports on it. Whereas if you do run rack up in this environment, it will give you an alert saying, oh, you need to do it like this. So that's interesting.
Okay.
So rack up, and then it's minus $P port, and then minus O, that's Rails, and then that's for. See, but it's interesting. It's Sinatra. It says use Ruby app.rb, but it only tells you if you run rack up. Anyway, okay. Interesting. So that's that, and so now.
Yeah.
Wrong thing. Again. Yes, right. So we can see there. Woo! Look, we made a website. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Like this, and so modify the app. Okay. So do you want to modify the app then now so that it says goodbye world instead of hello world?
Sure. It needs to say.
Just say goodbye world instead of hello world.
So we're just gonna put by that. Okay. So I guess the one thing at this stage is before making changes, you wanna probably commit that to Git and.
Yes, although I think that in this part of the tutorial, making this change here, what they're doing is saying make the change and save it, which you have, and then go to here and reload. I always do that. I always end up hitting the Command R, and it reloads the whole page when I don't mean to do that. And you need to hit the thing here. Is they're pointing out that doesn't make any changes there, and so if we reload and then we do this thing here, then we get the change. But you were saying something about committing it to Git?
No. I was just saying because I'm assuming while they're doing this, they want to have a track of all the changes they make to the application using Git.
Well, that's true in general, although I think in this first section that we're in here, we're just creating like a simple hello world app that we deploy to Heroku. And so it's kind of, sort of, yes, I mean, I think the best practice, we might have started with a Git init and so on. But I guess what I'm particularly looking out for is speed bumps that somebody might encounter just following the instructions verbatim, if you know what I mean. Right. So do it because I think other people.
I'm guessing.
Go on.
I'm guessing these instructions just so they know like how to create a Sinatra app from scratch and all that before they actually jump into solving the assignment. Is that correct?
Yes, I think that's exactly what it is. I mean, I think what they're doing is, and I think this is a sensible step in some ways, is like, rather than building the whole thing and then failing to deploy it to Heroku, is, checking that you can do the deploy to Heroku to begin with and then moving on. I mean, anyway, the next step here is that it says is like, okay, having to restart the thing every time is not much fun. Let's add something for our development environment and have this rerun gem. I can't bear the 4 spaces. Like that. And then we should do here bundle. Doesn't it say? Now the interesting thing here is what's that? It hasn't given us any instructions to run bundle. I know to run bundle, but you're probably always thinking,
Doesn't specifically say.
It does mention that we need to run bundle. I think it's difficult to find anyway. Well, we'll leave that. So bundle rerun. So now, okay, you have to start with rerun rackup. I see. Okay, that's installing those things. Okay, so I mean, I think what we can do here, probably in the next minute or so, is finish the deploy to Heroku. I think often where people get stuck is they have to create a Heroku account. When you create an account, okay. There's nothing here telling people to create a Heroku account. But so
all assume that they have one.
I feel like there should be a step here that says create an account on Heroku. But anyway, so we've got Rackup running there. It says goodbye world. No application. Really? Oh, right. So rerun Rackup is going to need also the -O, -P $port -O $IP. Really? Oh, that's interesting. What happened there?
Missing.
Did I do that wrong?
That sounds about right.
I think it's like rerun Rackup. I have a feeling that rerun is taking the options rather than Rackup. I think there's different ones here. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like there's different, these options are different if you're, this is the kind of thing that I think lots of people will get stuck on there. I don't know what looking through the rerun, we're doing like rerun.
Just going through.
Okay. Usage, Control F, port. Rerun -dir Atlas web start -debug -port. I don't know if that's. So we've got the options there.
Do you want to try maybe rerun Ruby app.rb with those options?
That's an option, isn't it? Got IP. Yes, I mean, I think the problem. It's interesting. It's the -O that's the
invalid option O. Oh, one thing you can do. Wait, backup can also be launch.
Or can we put the
let's try that.
we can put the options in the config.ru. I'm just. I mean, that's interesting that it's got. I mean, we've got rack up minus help. Oops, wrong thing. What if I not move up and down in there? Does it?
Can we?
Oh, there's
Can I try something?
I was just going to try this.
No, it doesn't know port. Doesn't know host.
Well, it's interesting that, okay, because in the rerun page itself, it's got an example of using, it's got sort of rerun, and it's specifying like a thin start, and you pass it with the -- port 4000. But
so here's one thing that they have in the documentation. They do rerun and then dash backup.
Right.
In this.
Oh yeah.
Then -o.
Yeah.
With
$IP, capital I, capital P.
Correct.
All right. Okay. So that's an interesting thing there about whether we should put like a hit. So it's a very interesting thing there about whether, having worked that out, should we put the hint in for people to know to do that? I feel like that would be quite a sticky thing, you know, for many.
Yeah.
I think I'll maybe add that. Yeah, you see, and so we kind of have an option now about how we proceed in terms of. I'm trying to find the right place to put this in. Deploy to Heroku. This is gem rerun. I'll just put this. This is like notes on C9. You'll need. Okay, so do you want to? If that's now working, if you just want to modify, can you just modify app.rb, and we'll just check that we get a different message. Okay. I mean, I know almost certainly we will, but it's
I just modified and saved. Yes, it restarted.
And yeah,
I think you need to refresh the page.
Yep, did. It's all good. Okay, so we've verified that rerun works with rack up there. So now we've got, so we can do like Heroku create hello SaaS world. I don't know, just give it a random name. No, this is Sinatra SaaS test, which will have that name forever on Heroku. Now, it's interesting that then doing Heroku. You see, I think when you type Heroku, it just installs Heroku automatically. It's interesting.
We created a new workspace, so we didn't install.
Right, but what I'm saying is it's not saying command not found. It's doing the install automatically. I think that's a new thing from C9. If I go on.
So I don't know if maybe they have a previous version of the Heroku tool belt installed on C9 already. Because
Mm-hmm.
what I found usually on my local computer is that when I do Heroku, sometimes it will check for updates and install them if there's any new update on the tool belt before running the command that I ask it to run.
Sorry, so
So
I was
probably
just
that's the same thing. It's doing it.
I was distracted typing in my
Yeah.
password. Say that again. You saying like that happens for you locally? It automatically checks for an update to Heroku.
Yeah, and then installs it.
Yeah, no,
For you.
which is cool. Ooh, ooh, I didn't want that to happen. What happened there? I
Yeah.
that's strange.
No, you don't have a Git repo.
Well, it's
correct.
oh yeah, I don't. I did Heroku create, and it created a thing, but I didn't have any. I guess I tried to open it, and it kind of went a bit nuts. I should. Well, okay. So see, the instructions here, it says follow the instructions that appear after app creation. You don't have to do Git init since you've been using Git to manage the simple apps repo all along. I missed any instructions here that were telling us to start up with Git init. Oh no, it did say it said create a new empty directory to hold your app and use Git init. Okay, no, you're right. I just totally missed that.
It actually won't work because you need a Git initialized there.
Yeah.
Before Heroku can add a remote.
Absolutely. No, I'm well aware of that. Yes, I just thought I had missed that from the instructions and I was sort of busy anyway. But we don't, rather than doing that here, well, it can be here. Well, let's do Mukdia. This is simple. Let's call it simple. Simple move. We want the app.rb in here. We want our config.ru in here, and then gem file star in here. Plus, we've got our things, git init, git add so git status, and then Heroku create simple Sinatra sauce test. Okay. But what I was surprised though is that I was trying to open this thing, but clicking on it seemed to like reset the whole thing. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. But so git init. But I guess what we haven't, it doesn't mention, you know, making the changes.
We need to push to Heroku.
Well, there's push to Heroku. Yeah, it doesn't mention anything here about needing to do that or to make sure that all of your changes are committed. So I feel like we have, you know, a couple of options here. What we could do is we could push on now into actually trying to do this app, like do the hang person thing, and see how far we get with it, and see if we can identify other, you know, weird bits, like, you know, potential sharp edges that we've been identifying here. The other thing that we could do is we could stop and start again and record like a help video or like an intro video that says this and kind of goes over this first part and then says, right, and now, you know, hang person, you're kind of on your own. It's a, you know, then if we wanted to release that, we would need to like very quickly get it transcribed, and potentially it could go out tonight. But yeah, I'm not sure which is the most useful thing to do, or well, how much time do you have left available?
Not that much.
No.
So even if we could record a new video now, I'm not sure if I would have someone to transcribe that before released.
I mean, I think it's no, and in fact, I mean, it's, you know, I would say probably I could transcribe it the most quickly, maybe. I mean, it's like if we spent the next 15 minutes recording a video, we could then, you know, I could spend half an hour after that transcribing it, maybe, but it's a bit risky. I mean, it sort of depends. I mean, in some ways, you know, part of it's like, what's going to be the most helpful thing for the students? Like, is kind of rounding off, you know, like, I'm a little bit nervous about not having dived any further into Hangperson in terms of what kind of issues might come up in that, if you know what I mean. And so maybe that's,
okay.
I think go on.
So you're suggesting maybe we rather go through the Hangout, I mean the Hangup person.
Yeah, I mean, I'm suggesting that maybe
Hangperson assignment.
we could just push on. I mean, I was just going to make the changes here to say, you know, like, note you will need to ensure that all of your deployed to Heroku. I would just put thing here, which is like, make sure to git add all the files for the app. I guess let me do history here. What did I just do here? I mean, I did, you know, I'm just dropping in a. I mean, the whole thing, it does say there's a prerequisite of like what you need to know how to do Git. So make sure, I guess I'll just tell it, to make sure you add all the files for the app. And as it said at the beginning that we need, it says you need survival Libyans, you need basic Git unit, Git stuff. And then it just says, and deploy your app to Heroku. I'm just going to put in the code for that, which is like git push Heroku master. Okay. That might just sort of deal with a couple of things there. Yeah, the other thing that I know I've got like a sort of a, I think a related video for this from someone else that might be helpful. Okay. Anyway, we've definitely done the first part of this thing. So yeah, what do you reckon? Shall we push on for a few more minutes and see if we can uncover any issues in the Hangperson?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So we've got use TDD. I mean, I guess the thing that we need to do now is we need to actually get not
from the
yeah. What have I done with the I've got it over here, haven't I? So if I need to get my copy of this. I mean, the other thing is, yeah, there's all other bits of Heroku things they might get stuck on, but yeah. So we've got like git clone. Okay. So, and so, I'm doing it from the editor bit or the live bit, or I'm not doing. Okay, so we're going to be using Autotest apparently. So in the apps root directory, which we're in, it says say Autotest. We will say Autotest. It's command not found. Now that is one that I guess we hope people will have installed through the little workspace setup. I'm not a fan of Autotest, to be honest.
Yeah. Don't you need to run bundle as well?
I don't know that I do. I mean, if I put Autotest in the, I mean, oh, maybe I could have just done. Maybe I should have just done bundle instead. That would have been faster. Yeah. Okay, go on. Yeah, let's have a look what the gem file is like.
Yeah.
Do you wish to keep the file open in a no tool? Okay. So this gem file, it says Zentest. Doesn't say there's Autotest. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I think people will not.
Zentest, I think, comes with auto.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it does lots of strange things. So I remember fighting with Zendesk in the past. Am I even person debugging tip? Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Local girish.
So I'm just adding a
Okay, so you
thing to say bundle in the apps root directory. So what have they got in there? I'm not seeing a .rspec file in there. I wonder if that's new terminal. TDHW more .rspec. Yeah. Okay.
probably hidden because it's part of the git ignore file or something.
No, I think it's more that it's there. I don't think it's part of the git ignore because it's come over via git. I think the issue here is that the way Cloud9 is set up is it doesn't show you the dot files here. But I think that's not a big deal here. 19 test cases. So they've got a series of test cases already. Okay. Okay. I've got a whole kind of game here, right? Okay, that's taking its time.
By the look of things, it's like they're gonna run the test and try and get them to pass.
Yeah, they've done. This did the same thing that they did for the Ruby calisthenics, which is that they're all pending to start with, which I think it can be very confusing. But, so we're getting down to these describe you. So self-check. According to our test cases, how many arguments does the game class constructor expect? So hangperson game spec. It looks like we always create it with one argument. Yes, self-check. According to the test and describe what instance variables is a hangperson game expected to have? Word guesses and wrong guesses. Okay. You need to create getters and setters for these. Hint, use attribute accessor. Ugh. When you've done something, save hangperson game order, should wake up and okay. Okay, so we've got order test. Yes. Okay, so they're there. So the thing that we need to do, continue in this. So we need to remove.
Are you able to scroll up in the terminal there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think when you had control of it, I was maybe blocked from. I think maybe only one person can scroll up and down in it at the same time, or something. I'm just gonna do this, which should give us that failure, and then so can we view? Can we split this screen layout? Can I get a? Let's have a vertical split there. I didn't want that. No. How do I get rid of the view layout horizontal split? That's better. So what I want, if we go and have a look in lib, we've got the hangperson game over here. Now, so you do you also automatically see this layout change?
No, I think I have to do the same on my side.
Oh right, okay, that's interesting. But so add the necessary class methods here. Get I don't know. Anyway, so basically, I mean, much as it pains me. All right, so it's complaining undefined method word. So if word guesses and wrong guesses, so attributes, accessor, word guesses, and wrong guesses. If I save that, it still fails. Hangperson game new takes a parameter and returns a hangperson game object. This is on line 17. Expects guesses to equal that. Okay, so that seems like we need to initialize guesses to this, and wrong guesses also to that.
There you go.
Yeah, but you see how this didn't change. Oh God, I just thought this. Well, okay. All right. So, do you want to do this next one? Remove the pending from this, and try and make that pass.
Okay, so let's split into 2 columns. There we go. All right, so that. Weird. No failures.
Well, it's possible that what we've done here. So, which one you were doing this like?
So I removed the pending on the guessing. Describe. Changes the correct. I need to remove this one as well. Cool. We have pendings in.
Oh, like inside the. Okay.
Yeah, the it blocks. Okay, so that's a failing test. Or we expect guesses to equal A. Undefined method guess for Hangout. So we need to create a method guess, right?
Yeah. So create the method guess.
Okay, do you mind scrolling up a bit so that I can read the error message?
Yeah. So we've got failure error at valid equals game dot guess A argument error. I think that
Okay, so
it needs to take an argument. Letter, I guess, is what it is.
it will rerun the test again. Okay, so
now,
expected what?
yeah. So you could hard code that.
A, we got.
You could just hard code it to A so that it passes. So then we've got. Now, okay, so I think it needs to be added to the guesses.
Oh, right.
As well, there.
So we expect. Okay. So this is to equal A. Okay.
And I think we also have to return the A. I mean, I guess actually we could, well, rather than hard coding the A, I'm fairly sure that it needs to be letter. I mean, although we could be exposing all sorts of problems in there. Test suites, but we won't worry too much about that. But yeah, I mean, guesses needs to be set equal to A, and the method also needs to return the letter A.
Okay, so if we do later.
Yeah, and you could replace that one with
later.
And okay, so now, yeah, so we've got expected pending no reason. There's, I'm a bit confused by this. Is the reason I don't like auto test. I'm sorry, if I just come in here and just, let's just run RSpec. Okay. So that's, I feel like that's giving us
true.
I feel like that it's kind of looking strange. Anyway, the hang person game guessing correctly returns true, fixed. Expecting pending no reason to give and fail, no error was raised. Anyway, I think you've got your one work. I'm going to go on and just remove some more pending things from here. Where is it? These are ones related to errors. There's more pendings here. Oh wow, look at all these pendings like inside the context. Ooh, okay. Good grief. Okay. Right, so this is, we expected game guesses to equal that, but we got Z. And what's that from?
The wrong guesses.
So this is the failure is from, I'm getting two for, I'm just feeling like the text associated with this is kind of going weird on us. But 54 and 45, I now can't scroll in this. Let's run RSpec again. Can you scroll in that environment? I can't.
55 and 45 are still pending. So I'm just gonna.
I'm just tempted to put this into.
45 is pending, and
I'm gonna put this into less, and so I can. Okay, and can I scroll back up or whatever? Here we go. So in less there. So the failures there seem to be related to. How do you go and deal with those first? 45 and 54. So 45.
I removed 45. I just removed it.
Okay. It's now not pending. And 54.
Okay.
Undefined method. I'm finding it kind of irritating that I don't seem to be able to scroll as consistently as I would like in this space over here.
Is it still failing? No.
No, I don't think we've got. I'm just getting a bit confused by the RSpec output here. I mean, I'm tempted to go back to this. We've got it set up so that we've got valid not to be false. Okay, incorrectly. Guess Z. So wrong guess. Okay, so what I think what we're supposed to be doing in here, this is, you know, to be honest, I don't like, I'm just going to remove all the pendings. I can't really. I don't think I can really make sense of it with the, let's do it in those ones. Let's have RSpec there. Yeah, so now we've got something to work with, but it's still, I scroll up and it's not showing me the errors that I expect. Let's do RSpec like that. Like when I,
Can you split that to the vertical?
Say again?
Maybe split, have the terminal on the vertical pen instead of on the horizontal one.
Do that. Yeah, I mean, what's this button do here? I can have, it looks like I have the terminal as a completely, yeah. I mean, I think I have, yeah, I mean, I have the idea of like, what needs to happen here is that from looking at the tests, is you need to check whether the letter is in the word So it's kind of like the test is, we've got at word includes, how does it include letter and so it's, if the word includes the letter, then we put it into the guesses, and if it's not, then we put it into wrong guesses.
Okay.
I mean, I think we're supposed to append it to it, but anyway, and then we pass the letter back, and that's now down to 2 failures, which we can see on here. So now we've got, okay, and we're expecting it to return I think I'm just going to have to reload my screen there. Okay. So I think we want to return true or false based on here. So that, is it like a valid guess or not? So we can put there like valid equals, it'll just be like valid. Valid equals true. Valid equals false. And then return valid. Okay. But that doesn't seem to have worked. What does it say? Not to be false and got false.
Valid, not to be. Where is that valid defined?
That valid is coming in. I mean, I think I've.
Okay. No, I saw it. It's cool.
Yeah.
So we expect valid this to.
I mean, I think that's like, it's supposed to be. We're tripping up some other errors there. It starts in here. So if you guess A, then it's wrong guesses to equal guess. It appears in A. Z. I mean, there's more stuff. I think we need to like remove the. We kind of almost need to delete the letter from the word. Can we just do that? Can you just do on RB? You can just have like a word like, I don't know, and then do. Can we just do delete A? Yeah. And
what if you have multiple? I mean, A twice.
Yeah, well, in the game, you need to have them. This is a good question. I'm just going to do, if the word is this, and if we say word, I just do delete A or do D there. Yeah, it takes both of them out. The word itself is not affected, but so it feels like what we want there is that should be word, and word delete exclamation mark D still returns that, and the word is this. So we've got there, it should be if the word deletes exclamation mark letter. I want like a word. Well, we kind of lose the original word there, don't we? I don't know if we want that really.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Copy of the word. Because once there, yeah, if is not equal to word. Woohoo! Broken it in all sorts of places. I would have thought that's a word. Like if the word and you delete it is not equal to word. Yeah, no. I do have to take a copy of that. I mean, I guess maybe it's sensible, better to do that, and then but then afterward, after you've done it, then you want to say like @word delete. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I don't know how much further we're going to get with this. I kind of get the idea now. I'm finding the environment a little bit irritating, if you know what I mean. Oh, there we go. I think that's getting. Yeah, we're making some progress there. Right, but so we worked. Basically, we've got a hang person engine there that we go through, and then it's. I just want to have a look at what they've got. So they've already got an app. Okay. And then we need to start adding that stuff as well. Okay. Well, I'm thinking it may be time to call it a day there. I don't know what you're thinking.
I'm still trying to find my way around the whole thing.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, this strikes me as a fairly challenging assignment.
Yeah, I should probably play with this later on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm also just, I think for my own sanity, tempted to do more of it like locally on my machine than play around with this environment in C9 where I find it difficult to actually see that. I mean, probably should have tried to reduce the. Oh, I can change the font size, decrease font size. It doesn't. Oh, that's weird. I can decrease the font size there. Can we not change the font size here? That's interesting. Right. Cool. Anyway, I think that was a good.
Well, on mine, it's
go on. Go on.
Yeah. I'm saying on mine it's small, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Anyway, I think that was very helpful. It was fun doing that with you, Raoul. You know, I think we identified some important, you know, quick fixes which we can put in there, which will save the students a little bit of time. Yeah, and yeah, I think that was a useful exploration. So thanks for making time for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll play with this assignment, and if I find something else, I'll point it out as well.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, and we'll chat tomorrow and maybe get a quick website 1 review in.
Okay.
Nice one.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Bye for now.